I'm happy to be here with you. Yes, where I belong. This study is a part of a larger PhD from the University of Cambridge. It is now mentored by two professors at Cambridge and the Samana. And basically, I'm dealing with young children who age 7 to 8. And I am looking at how possible can they be able to get into the growth forward and remain into mathematical growth. I think I should say something about myself. I'm from the environmental psychology background, and I have been a teacher for a number of years. I started teaching primary schools, and went to the so-called early primary. I then started teaching at university for those who are taking bachelor degrees in early years children. My personal experience with children in the classroom and out the classroom has made me to rethink the children mathematics experiences in the classroom. I've been hearing them say, I don't love mathematics. I won't go to school tomorrow because I'll be beaten by my teacher, or I have not done my homework. Some could hear them say, I don't do maths. And they started making me think, even the PhD that I was doing at the University of Nairobi, that it was not the right thing that I was doing, because I was doing simulation. And as I was simulating mathematics with different kind of pedagogy, I was still hearing the students saying, I don't like mathematics, I don't like mathematics. In my school and out of school. And I started thinking maybe there is something else. You're just leading the children to know how to add, or to subtract, or to recite some mathematical concepts. Then I went into literature, and that's when I discovered perhaps these children have mathematical anxiety. Unfortunately, even as we talk here, even as I study in Mbogo, mathematical anxiety status in Kenya is not known. We don't know. The status of mathematical status of mathematical anxiety. And even when I was looking for the part that could have been done south of Sahara, sub-Saharan Africa, I got only 9 papers, and one was done in South Africa, and that was 2023. But now I have heard from this conference that some papers have been done, and 8 from Nigeria. So basically, I could see still we were lacking something. Then after perusing the literature review and getting to know much about what could be the problem, the work in mathematical experiences, perhaps teaching in a way that would enhance resilience building in the classroom would be an antidote to mathematics. Could be able to safeguard mathematics and that. And that now brought me to the idea of thinking about, with that in mind now, it brought me to the idea of thinking of intervening mathematical anxiety through mathematical story picture books. And the study shows that mathematical story picture books can be a very good natural pathway of tying mathematical concepts in a way that children can be able to understand them and learn them comfortably. Studies also further says mathematical storybooks have been able to reduce mathematics and that now introduced me to the idea of intervening mathematics anxiety through story picture books. So, in my study, what I'm actually trying to look at is how can I use mathematical story picture books to build mindset skills. Because mathematical study says that children need mindset growth. But through the study, I argue, or we argue, or we think that mindset growth alone may not be enough to install, to allow the child to remain and stay in mathematical growth file. They need the skills in thinking beyond, beyond thinking, just developing mathematical mindsets. And the studies clearly show that math self-efficacy, math self-regulations, math self-optimism, and persistence and perseverance, if combined together, can be good, can enhance or can help children to develop their minds set in a way that they can be able to learn and remain in mathematical growth zone. And I'm using the metaphor of a ladder, where I know, or I want, we want to believe that when those children in mathematical comfort zone, they know at least something. They know they have mastered what they know. They have mastered the concept they know, and they need to be given an approach that is in a random form that they can be able to move from one step to another step until they are able to move to the growth zone where they can be challenged to think mathematically and be able to grow without falling down to a leg zone where they could perhaps now start suffering mathematical anxiety. Now, that's my question, which I want to pose. How better can we approach the building of math resilience using math story picture books, considering that children exist in different social cultural environments, or beyond what I think?
What storybooks have you used so far?
The storybook that I intend to use are stories with mathematical story. The storybooks with visual information, but with mathematical stories.
Yeah,
Controls his books.
Produced one, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever used that? Oh, no.
Um, I have seen them, but I need to use them when I roll this. When I start maybe because I have to do this is part of the.
And what age are you aiming at?
Yeah.
The other question. What age students are you aiming at?
7 to 8 years. Yeah.
So they're beginning to read and count?
Of course, they are in grade 3. They are transitioning to grade 4. So they know to read, how to read, not unless perhaps they are learning below the age. Because they could not be able to read because, of course, I have said, I have mentioned that there is, an achievement in mathematics.
And there's the various ways that teachers use storybooks, aren't there? There's big ones that they use that read the whole class and discuss with the class as they go, which I suppose I might think of using. But you're not thinking anything.
Can I hear you well?
Sorry?
I didn't get it.
Right. I know that some teachers at that age like to read together, so they have really big storybooks in big print, so that the class and they can read together.
Oh yeah, that's a good approach. Even my own idea is that this storybook should be read for children. Teachers should read them for children.
Right.
Yeah. All children to be all inclusive. There's no one left behind. And then also
you're going to create
also encourage the students themselves to make their own stories depending on the setting, mathematics settings.
Will they be in their mother tongue?
Oh, yeah. In our country, children from grade 1 to grade 3 they are taught in their mother tongue. But English language is encouraged because it's an English it's a language of examination, and that could be also possible as well.
One comment that might be useful to look into. So in the UK, they have now started doing things on resilience in very young children. So it might be worth looking into what are UK schools delivering now, because they definitely talk about resilience and with the children and probably growth mindset, but I'm not totally sure.
Oh yeah.
So it might be worth looking into what the UK is doing, because I think that math anxiety is going down in primary schools because they're talking about resilience in under the age of 7.
They are not talking about the resilience under the age of 7. Is that what we're talking about? Oh, they are talking.
They are doing something.
Yeah,
they are doing something in schools. I'm a school
some
teacher.
schools. Yeah.
No, I think it's part of it.
Well, the mathematical resilience work that has been done previously has been on older children, but Baker has looked at age 7 and up to beyond the age 8, and he has found that 55% of raw mathematics and 25% of Baker.
Yeah.
So it is there, but many schools does not know how mathematical resilience.
They're doing something. So I don't know exactly what it is. I'm just saying that you might, as part of your research, you might want to look into what they're doing.
Yeah, I need to
in
know
case
that.
they, I'm just alerting you to that.
Yeah, I need to
It's
know
only
that.
because I know through my son, so I don't teach.
Yeah.
But he was classified as resilient at the age of 6, which I think was a little bit disturbing. He's such a resilient learner.
Yeah.
He's 6. So I thought, well, that must be that some children are not at age 6, which is worrying.
Yeah, should be working.
So I think the schools are causing maths anxiety, and then they're doing something about it.
I definitely agree with that, that maths anxiety is rising through the schools, but what they're not taking through is the emotional regulation or the resilience or whatever that they've got early on. So it's about keeping a hold of that and applying it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're doing something, but they're making it worse as well by doing lots of timed tests.
It's possible.
Then they have worry beads. Then they're allowed to worry things that they're allowed to press. No, seriously, they are. You can just take away the timed test. Then they all have these little poppers. So they all have little stress balls in school. So I'm just saying, it sounds like it might be useful for your research to find out what is going on in UK schools.
I need to know.
Good and bad.
I need to
Yes.
know. I need to know because this study is influenced by international arenas studies.
Yes.
And I have clearly even said that we don't know the status in our country. So the influence is international arena.
Yes.
So we need to go now to our country and do some exploratory survey that will be done by Dr. Mitchell. That is, their show is also there, and so that they can, and the masters, so they can be able to know the status.
Yeah. What's right and wrong?
Exactly.
What's right and wrong in the UK today?
We have 2 more minutes for the questions, if anyone else wants to ask a question or anything.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I've seen the paper you've been delivering in class, and then is that in each step or each circle, we're going to develop math storybook according to your idea or your concept.
Each circle, the oval, represent the attributes that I want to build with mindset growth skills. Once the children are able to have mathematical efficacy, self-determination, optimism, persistence and perseverance, what they will develop is love for math, urgency for math, and relatedness. They will build a community of mathematicians. And that's how I will be now to measure those 4 attributes to know whether they are able to build the students or not. But there should also be parameters. I should also be able to observe whether they are able to develop the efficacy by observing what they are doing. If they are able to explain, for instance, what they are doing, and of course, talk something good about what they are doing, then I'll be able to detect that they are building the efficacy. Yeah.
Optimistic way instead of like, for if it is a company or interest zone, maybe for the kids around 7 to 8, you would think like pandemic, that they're going to afraid altogether about math. Yeah.
Well, I believe it can be possible. That's my hypothesis, because this study has not begun. It's a continuing study that when it is done in Mbogo, and of course going in a way that I don't want 201 dominating, and the teacher reading, reading round to them, they will be able to also find mathematics fun.
I would like to, the last thing I would like to share with you that, because I'm very interested in picture book in China as well, and for like a math in China for the picture book, around 7 to 8 year old, they can read by themselves.
Yeah, they can read.
Yeah, they can read independently.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.